Hello, 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 my lovelies, and welcome to the Miss Lillian's No Wax Chalk Paint page. I am Crysta with Litter to Glitter out of Garland, Texas, and I am going to be showing you today how to ghost stripe using nothing more than different tones of top coat. That's it. That's all you need. Top coat, you need a razor, which right there, and I also have, you can do stripes depending upon your tape. You can use different sizes of tape to make different size stripes. So I'm going to be using this blue tape, and see, I even have one in between. So you just pick the size tape that you want your stripes to be. And I have even gone to this is painter's tape you can pick up anywhere. But I've even used pinstriping tape because I wanted those teeny tiny little ones that they use on cars. And so I have done that as well. So this is how you do it. Well, before I get into that, let me show you the rest of it. Because I'm working on this part of the sugar cabinet. I haven't made the decision yet. Hey, Amber. I haven't made the decision yet. I'm thinking about possibly doing a harlequin down this area here, but I haven't decided if I'm going to ghost it, or I have this amazing gunmetal gray from Miss Lillian's Metallic, and this is gunmetal. And so I haven't decided if I am going to be doing a harlequin, if I'm going to stripe it, if I'm going to ghost stripe it, or if I'm going to use the metallics on it. But I wanted to get these striping here done, and then I will make the decision. But let me show you the front. I've been doing some updates on it since the last time you guys saw me. Hey, Sue. Hey, sister. And I have updated the hardware just so before I flip it around. Believe it or not, I went to Big Lots, believe it or not, which I haven't been in a Big Lots in months. And I found this hardware. It's a leather pole with the circle here, and $9, and they were 25% off, and you got 4 of them. So you never know what you're going to find. But so let me flip it around. So as you can see, this is the Grace on Design Harlequin Rose transfer decoupage paper. And there is 7 pulls on this. And so these are the leather pulls here now on this to update the hardware. Also, I'm going to be using, Miss Lillian's has a product called Fresh Drawers. And I'm going to be doing the inside of this to refreshen the wood on the interior. But I wanted to get it painted and sealed before I did that. And then the under drawer as well. Sue says she is in love with that piece. Yes, so am I. I love it. So so far I've used 2 different types of clear coat on this. What I did on the front over the decoupage, and all the front and the top was done in satin. And what I have used on the side is what they call lackluster in matte, which is the one that, let me see if I can get it with my ring light. It's not playing well, my ring light. There you go, lackluster. And this is matte lackluster, which is the less shiny of all of them. And so now, once I show you guys how to do the striping, what I'm going to do is I am going to be using the Miss Lillian's Ultra Gloss, which is their big gloss. And so with the lackluster matte underneath and the high gloss wherever the tape isn't here, you're going to get that ghosting effect. It's going to look like there's stripes when you kind of see it from an angle, and then you move and it's like, is that it? So it's one of those things that you can play with your different top coats, whether it be the matte, the satin, the high gloss, and you can make your own kind of thing and make it pop. Also, it's a great way you can do that with stencils. You can do that with like the silk screen type stencils as well. You can do that with glaze. You can stripe it off. And so there's a lot of different options when you start playing that will give you different finishes. But what I'm going to show you today is the The base, like I said, is the lackluster matte. And then once I show you how to stripe, I'm going to be doing the ultra gloss. So on this project, I started off with the Miss Lillian's. This is the Ultimate Cabinet Primer. And I went with the Cabinet Primer because this is going to be in a high traffic area. And so I used the Cabinet Primer. And then, of course, I painted it in Misbehave. I love this color. Love it, love it, love it. And then, like I said, the front is in the satin luster. The sides is in the lackluster matte. I'm taping, and then I will be going over with the ultra gloss luster. So I am sorry, but I got to turn my back to you guys so I can work on this. But I wanted to thank you guys for joining me. Tammy's on. Hey, Tammy girl. Hey, Crysta, so excited to see you working on the sugar bin. One of my favorites. I love this thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see if I can get y'all up just a little bit more. And right there, y'all can see my new workbench that Austin put together this morning. And so what I do to get the perfect stripe is I put my tape and I put them right up against each other, right up to the very tippy top. And I run my finger along and I put tape by tape, making sure that I'm just right up against it. And then since I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the bottom, I am wrapping it just around there. And then I'm going to take my blade and cut my tape. And then you move right along to the next one. Now, this piece is a little bit different for me because normally when I do my stripes, what I do is I will take off that middle piece and reuse it. But since this is such a small area, and I didn't get a good start on that one, I don't like it. I'm doing it again. And I will take that piece off and use it for my next stripe. But since this is kind of a small area, it's fine for me. Usually, and also since I'm going over the slip, when you pull it, it kind of crinkles the tape. So it's not a good piece to move over. And so usually if I'm on a long, flat area, what I will do, because I'm saving product, is I will take this and then move it over to my next one. But I'm not doing that on this one today. So thank you, Tammy, for glittering me. If you've got any questions about any of the Miss Lillian's products, feel free to pop them in. Be happy to answer your questions. I can't wait for you guys to see what's coming up in the very near future. I've been working behind the scenes on something else. And for those of you that are following me, like, really, Crysta, another top secret project? Yes. Because you know that we are closing our store. We are moving out this weekend, or we're going to get as much as we can out this weekend. Setting up the home studio. And yeah, this project, and then was so blessed. We did a project for CROI, which is a children's rescue organization. And those pieces will be up for auction Tuesday night on Painting with Whiskey and Women. And so, but yes, I have been working on another project that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And you'll be seeing it start to finish here on the Miss Lillian's page. And I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys that one. So it's really exciting, some of the stuff that we've got coming up. Eek. Get my tape where it needs to be in that crevice. There we go. And we're just going to move right along to the next one. Amber sprinkled me. Thank you. Thank you so much for sprinkling me. And that one did not go straight on that hook. What are you doing? Why are you playing? Where are you going? It wanted to move on me. Can you believe it? The audacity. So it's okay if you've got to pull your tape and rework it. It is perfectly okay. And it is a lot easier to do this when you're not on camera, because I would be sitting directly in front of it instead of off to the side if I was just working alone in my shop. But I love being here with you guys. And this is such a cool effect. I love doing this effect on lots of projects. It gives it a little bit of bling, but not being overtly bling. Does that make sense? And so it gives you a cool effect without being in your face. It's a really delicate way to add an accent without doing some loud colors. And trust me, I'm not opposed to loud colors, guys. You know that. Hello. But this is a subtle effect, which I love. And so I'm going to get that one up there. And take that off. And I'm just going to, I usually work in a couple inch area, taping it down. And then again, over that lip. Cutting it. I'll pull that one off. I'm going to make sure that my stripe there. And so right in those areas is where you are going to see the ultra gloss on it. So Amber says she likes my bling. You know, sometimes I like my bling to be like, I'm here. And other times I want it to go, hey, baby, what's up? What you doing? So this one is more of a, hey, baby, what you doing? And I like that on this piece. So like I said, this is already, I don't know if you can tell on camera the difference in the shine between here, which is the satin, and the lackluster. It is definitely, so it's got protection on it, but it's not like, hello. So I am going to do this because I do want some texture on it as well. So I'm not worried about getting a smooth, non-streaky. I want a little bit of texture. So I'm using a Miss Lillian's, this is a French tip brush, and we're just going to go slightly over. And Tammy says, laugh out loud, I like both of those blings too. Amber said, me too. Yep. And so what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this ultra gloss in, and I'm just going to work it a little bit. And so that's why I've chosen this brush, is that I am hoping for a little bit of streaks. And I'm hoping for, because since this is a turn of the century, I don't want it to look like it just came off the factory room shelf that somebody picked up in a reproduction area. I want it to look like it has some age and some character, like it's always been that way. That's what I want it to look like. So, you know, a lot of people preach imperfections, or, you know, you need to be perfect. I don't. I find beauty in the imperfect. I think that those things that are imperfect is what's beautiful. And so the imperfections can make a piece more outstanding than one that is perfect. I like flaws. So that is what we are going for. So what about you guys? Do y'all like that perfect factory looking, or do you like some that have a little bit of attitude, got a little bit of crunch in it, as we say, a little bit of the imperfections. Hey, Heather. Is Heather on? Is she? Heather, you got to see the front of this piece. Please stay tuned. I'm going to show you as soon as I am done with this. I will flip it back around because I am dying for you to see the front of this piece with that beautiful Grace on Design Harlequin Rose decoupage paper and the hardware pulls that I found for it because I love it. I absolutely love it. And so I'm just going to make sure that I don't go up against that edge because it's got a rounded front edge. And there we go, guys. It is that quick and that easy. Tammy says there's no way I can achieve the factory finish. I like the pieces that have a story to it. Absolutely. Jessie Prentice, she says this looks beautiful. So let me start. And that's why I usually leave myself tabs on the base. And even though it's not dry, I'm going to pull so y'all can see. And maybe I'll pull, maybe. Because Crysta didn't leave herself tabs like she said she does. I usually do. But, oh, I left tabs up here. I knew I left them tabs. So I'm just pulling, and I like to pull my tabs as 90 degrees to the piece as possible because I don't know why. Maybe it's just a Crysta thing, but I do like to pull my tabs 90 degrees. I try not to pull from the side. I try to pull directly. And so can y'all see? And that is ghost striping. And I'll pull it up closer so you guys can see here in just a minute. And so let me pull you guys in closer. And you can see what I'm talking about, how that ghost effect. And yes, it's wet, but we're going to leave it for just a minute because I'll start working on the other side. But let me show you the front again for those that are just joining. And there it is. There is the front of the cabinet. I found these pulls, and that is the Grace on Design Harlequin Rose. And so that is, there you go. You can see the front of the piece there. And then we're going to flicker around, and I will start taping this side as well. And in a minute, I'll flick it back around, and you can see as it's drying what it looks like. I am absolutely in love with the way this is turning out, especially, you know, it's Valentine's Day coming up. This would be a perfect I love you piece with the roses and the color and everything else. So yeah, Crysta's feeling all lovey. So get you guys so you can see. And then I am going to be working right in here. And your first stripe is definitely your most important because that is the stripe that everything else is going to lay against. And so you want to make sure that your first stripe, I'm running it right along the ridge of, because it rounds to the back as well. So I am running my first stripe right along the ridge and trying to make sure that I give myself the same amount of space at the top that I am at the bottom. And I'm going to leave myself tabs down here. So that is what we're doing. So tell me what projects you guys are working on. I would love to know what you guys are working on. Seems like a lot's going on this weekend. We've got Super Bowl. We've got Valentine's Day. My son's birthday is coming up. A lot of moving parts, lots and lots. So happy birthday to my February babies. Question, are you keeping it or selling it? This one, Shorty and I decided that this one's gonna actually sit once we get the studio finished. You're gonna be seeing this piece because it's gonna sit right over there. That hall tree right there is about 400 years old, and it's been in my family for generations. And so we are actually going to put it right there as you walk in the front door. And so, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. It is perfect. This is a perfect thing to do on canvases as well, especially if you want to use stencils. Or you want to tape it off and do like a background pattern, and or even make it kind of boom on the top to give it an effect. This ghost striping is a perfect technique for that. And so just a little off on the bottom. There we go. And so it is a perfect effect. It is great on so many things. And also you're giving your piece extra protection because I've already sealed it with the lackluster and matte, which is one coat. And then over these other areas is going to be a second coat of protection as well. So it is a great, great way to give your piece a little bit of extra protection, because it's in some places it's going to have, well, I did 2 coats of the lackluster. So it's already got 2 coats of lackluster. And then it'll have the ultra gloss on it as well in those areas. So that in those areas, it'll be 3 coats of protection on it. Tammy says that she is working on a sofa entryway table and a small plant table. Sue says she's painting a jewelry armoire in Miss Lillian's Merlot. It's a gorgeous color. Oh, Merlot is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad you're using the Miss Lillian's in Merlot. I love that color. It is a great color. Now, y'all know that I'm partial to Misbehave. Not just in real life, but also the color. But Merlot is gorgeous as well. Is a fabulous color. And you see how quickly it takes. It doesn't take that long to stripe. What's taking me longer is around this little lip. And so without this lip, usually I can stripe a whole piece, but it's getting all the way to the top underneath this top lip, and then also this lip that I'm kind of going, maybe I needed to rethink this. But so if you weren't on at the beginning of the video, I posed a question because I was thinking, I did not know if I wanted to stripe all the way down or if I wanted to possibly do a harlequin pattern down here, or I might just leave it. I haven't decided yet. I can, since it's going to be mine, it might be something that I come back and revisit and go, you know what that piece needs, and then add it in a few months. And so when they're your pieces and you're living with them and you make a decision, don't think that that is the end. It's yours. You can always go back and add more to it. If you want to, you can always paint it a solid color, and then, you know, you see a beautiful Grace on Design decoupage or a A1 transfer that you fall in love with and go, you know what piece that would look great on, and then you order the transfer and you add it. So don't feel like that. I got myself out of that. I often would paint a piece and then I would think to myself, oh, well, I finished it. I don't want to add anything to it. And then be like, okay, I'm adding that. And it was like, boom. It was the best thing that I ever did was adding something to it, even if it had been sitting for months. And so if it's your piece, if you're a home painter and you're painting for yourself and you want to add something to it later, do it. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And that way you're always kind of updating your house as well. Nothing is ever the same. And then we do that quite frequently. I've got a couple pieces in my house that I've painted a couple of different times because, you know, sometimes I just walk in and go, you know what, there's something about it. I don't know. And then, or a new design or a new decoupage will come out or a new transfer. And I'm like, okay, I want that. And so I'll redo the piece. No shame in my game. I admit it. And if you guys have been following me on the Litter to Glitter page, you understand. You've seen me do it. So, and I enjoy it. So, Austin, just so you know, I think it was Amber wished you a happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
So, Austin just walked in.
With whiskey.
Oh, you got whiskey, girl?
Yes, ma'am. Try to hold her still so she doesn't jump on you.
Yeah, please don't let her jump on me. That's why we put I've got dog gates up now in between all the rooms and my work area. As much as whiskey, I love having whiskey with me. But if I'm working down here on the floor, she wants to be in my lap and then I get nothing done. So, and then she also, if I put like down my, I put down my transfer tool and somebody tried to use it as a chew toy. So she has been denied. You shall not pass. She has been denied entry unless she is supervised in the studio. So pulling that last tape off. Again, I've got my Miss Lillian's, the Ultra Gloss Luster, and my Miss Lillian's French tip brush. And I'm going over it one more time. And I haven't decided to, and the reason I'm not working on the top is there's a part of me that wants to do like a beautiful either harlequin or maybe some roses on the top with this technique, but I haven't decided. But again, that's something that I said, you know what, does not have to be decided at this moment. And so I am just going to wait on that until inspiration hits me. There are pieces that I get an idea in my head for, and I will plan it out. And then by the end, it looks nothing like the way I planned it out. Or I'll just say, you know what, it needs something. And then a couple of months later, it's like, boom, it hits me. And it's different with customs if you're doing a piece for a customer, because they come in and they tell you what they want. And you recreate that and you get it done and you send it out the door. But for me, when it comes to my own personal pieces, they are always in transition. My poor husband never knows when he's going to come home and the dresser in the bedroom is gone because it's now like being painted. And so he's used to it. I'm so glad I have somebody who does not run from my crazy. He encourages my crazy.
Which
So
is the same thing, right?
Yeah. So there we go. That is the Ultra, and I'm going to flip it around so you guys can see where it has been drying on the other side. And you will be able to see as it dries. Look at that. So it's been about 15 minutes since it's been about 15 minutes since we started, since we finished up and pulled the tape on this side. And so Amber says that, oh, love it, Crysta. Tammy, his birthday is February 23rd. So there you go. That's how easy it is to go stripe. And I hope that you guys love it as much as I do. And look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And I love the pulls that I found. Like I said, found them at Big Lots for $9 and they were like percentage off. And yeah, I think I ended up paying like $6 for 4 pulls, and that's a good price. So you can't get that at Home Depot. So, and you can't find these pulls at Home Depot. They're amazing. So if you want to know anything that I've used on this piece or techniques, you can always go back and watch the replay. You can always reach out to me at Litter to Glitter on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Tuesday nights we've got Painting with Whiskey and Women on my Litter to Glitter page. That's always a fun time. Could encourage you to come see us over there. And I will be back in 2 weeks from today with a new project that is absolutely going to be a fun one. You don't want to miss that one. So Anne from Indiana, she says, oh, wow, love it. So there you go, Anne. There is the ghost striping on the sides. There is the front with the new hardware. Let me show you what the hardware looks like close up. Like I said, I did the top, the front, and satin. And then this is the lackluster. This is the ultra gloss luster that I did the stripes with. So there you go. If you got any questions, guys, reach out, ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. And I will see you guys back in 2 weeks. Much love to you. Bye.